Cool now. Yeah. Probably don't.
Hello, everybody out there in
Less
the
reverb.
internet. Ooh. Getting some things changed in my ears here. Welcome to our Folk Alliance second showcase.
Yeah.
I hope that, hello, Nick. Good to see ya. Drop a hey in the chat if you're here. If you are also a Folk Alliance artist, please make sure and tell everybody when your showcases are so we can all come support each other. I'm going to start with a song in just a minute, but wanted to quickly acknowledge the indigenous land that we are on, which is the East Cherokee tribe land here in Nashville, Tennessee. This song we're starting with is going to be on my upcoming record, which we are working hard on as we speak. It's called Last Clean Shirt. It's a breakup song. Took the first state highway past the hard luck trees to the Tennessee state line where you said you'd wait for me. And there's no such thing as a lost cause. Oh, the things you believe when you're falling in love. We sat on the boardwalk in the salt and the sand and the cigarette smoke. You never gave enough of your time for me to hold on to so much hope. And there's no such thing as a lost cause. Oh, the things you believe when you're falling in love. Oh, there's no such thing as a lost cause. You put your sunglasses on and you don't say a thing, 'cause the words have turned to dirt. I sing the same sad folk songs, wearing my pain like it's my last clean shirt. You put your sunglasses on and you don't say a thing, 'cause the words have turned to dirt. I sing the same sad folk songs, wearing my pain like it's my last clean shirt. And there's no such thing as a lost cause. Oh, the things you believe when you're falling in love. Oh, there's no such thing as a lost cause. Oh, the things you believe when you're falling in love. Cherry blossoms in Virginia test the sun-kissed air. They know the key to the springtime is belief that it'll come back each year. There's no such thing as a lost cause. Just a time when you know that you've got to move on. All right. Hey, out there. Hello, hello. Watching a couple screens of comments here. If you're tuning in from Folk Alliance, the really awesome thing about this virtual, sorry, I'm watching Peter switch guitars in perform gymnastics over here off camera. The really awesome thing about the way that this has been set up is that all the money raised via the Folk Alliance portion of this is going to a new fund that's providing grants to musicians who have been impacted by COVID, which is all of us. But it's a really, really awesome way to try and give back and help out the artists that have really been struggling to make a living right now. Live music is coming back. It's gonna get there. We're gonna make it. But thanks to everyone who has supported people who are doing live streams during this time, because it's a crazy thing and it's a difficult thing to pull off, but we've certainly learned a lot. So that's a plus. But yeah, so welcome. I'm Bree. This is Peter Ferguson on guitar. This next song is inspired by an incredible woman who lives up in New Hampshire, and she's kind of a staple at the open mics there. There's a really amazing open mic scene in the Boston, New Hampshire, Seacoast area, And she goes to several of those open mics, and she has been going for decades, and she's a poet. And she wears these long flowy dresses and kind of has crazy hair, and she's just one of the most genuine people I've met, and her story inspired this song. So this is called Priscilla. Sunshine stayed in 75. Smile on her face like gold in a mine. A guitar case full of scribbled poems. Couldn't care less where she was going. Oh, Priscilla, da 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 da. Oh, Priscilla, dee 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 dee. Oh, Priscilla, do 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 do. Won't you take me with you? Tarot cards telling when to move along. She says, wherever you are is where you belong. She chooses her way by the phase of the moon. Nobody to tell she'll be home soon. Oh, Priscilla, da 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 da. Oh, Priscilla, dee 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 dee. Oh, Priscilla, do 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 do. Won't you take me with you? Hell of a road from coast to coast. It's a hell of a road from coast to coast. It's a hell of a road from coast to coast. So you better get going. Peter Ferguson on guitar. Oh, Priscilla, dee 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 dee. Oh, Priscilla, do 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 do. Won't you take me with you? I hope you were singing along by the end. Sorry I cut you off. I thought he was cueing me that he was done, and he definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Got lost.
That
Left this
happens.
dimension. Not in a good way.
It happens to the best of us. Special shout out to the pretty much a large portion of the Ferguson clan who's joining us tonight. We've got Grandma and Grandpa Ferguson up in Wisconsin, and we've got Mike and Joan in Missouri, and Mark is here, which I think probably means Donna's here too, maybe for just a moment, popping in, saying hi.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I hope we're bringing some musical joy to you this evening.
Music.
Music.
Some musical music.
Some musical music. This next one is also going to be on the upcoming record. It's a very personal song to me. And it's about it's told from the point of view of an army officer's wife, and her husband comes back from war and is struggling with really bad PTSD, which is something that I think we don't talk enough about. I think we don't do enough about. I think we don't give our veterans nearly enough help when it comes to mental health. And so this is told from the perspective of an army wife who is watching her someone she loves go through this PTSD, and it becomes kind of turns into an alcoholism issue for him as well, and an addiction issue. And yeah, this is the story of that. And it's going to be on my next record, which is going to be coming out towards the end of this year. I've got 2 out already, so if you like what you hear, I'm streaming all the places you can hear me any time of day you want to hear me. This is The Officer's Wife.
Dawn comes and the phone rings. She's already up, waiting to hear his voice at the end of the line. She's got a white picket fence and a big diamond ring. She's always on time, and you'd never guess a thing was wrong in the life of an officer's wife. But the man that he was ain't the man that she's hearing now. 'Cause the man that he was ain't the man who will come back around. He dreams on the front lines, everything's red and nothing's alright, and she holds him as he fights his memories. His eyes are still blue, but the rest of him's lost, and nobody told her this is the cost of a life as an officer's wife. And the man that she loves ain't the man that she's holding now. 'Cause the man that he was ain't the man who came back around. And the months go by and the drinks go down, and she puts on a smile for the rest of the town. Because an officer's wife is the strongest around. She can't turn back and she can't break down. She won't break down. Dawn comes and the phone rings. She's already up, but hearing his voice is a shock. After all of these years, the last she knew, he was doing hard time, rock bottom broke, and that was the end of her life as an officer's wife. And the man that she loved is the man that she's hearing now. And she's happy for him, but it's too late to turn around. And the months go by and the drinks go down, and she puts on a smile for the rest of the town. 'Cause an officer's wife is the strongest around. She can't turn back, she can't break down. The months go by and the drinks go down, and she puts on a smile for the rest of the town. Because an officer's wife is the strongest around. She can't turn back and she can't break down. She won't break down.
Yeah. How you doing out there? If you're at Folk Alliance, let me know what the something that you've learned or seen, or someone that an artist that you've seen that has been super amazing. I want to know what you've been up to that has been great. Hello. Hello, Mom and Dad. Hey, thanks so much, Jeff. Appreciate you being here and listening.
I feel like I know. Do we know Jeff Donnie?
I
we
don't.
met?
I don't know if we've met. Jeff, have we met?
Jeff, your name rings a bell. That name is super familiar to me.
I'm gonna grab a sip of tea.
Man,
Good old.
it's like the humidity changed. Like these guitars.
Yesterday, last week in Nashville, we had a ton of snow. We actually had like 3 or 4 days of snow, which never happens here. And we're both from snowy places originally. He grew up in Denver, Colorado, and I grew up in northwestern Wisconsin. I grew up in snow. And so we were pretty happy about it. We couldn't really get anywhere, but we were pretty happy about it. We just kind of sat at our window and watched everybody get stuck at the bottom of the hill entering our apartment complex.
Yeah, we unstuck a lot of cars.
We unstuck a lot of cars. But this week it's been 70 and sunny just about every day. That's changing now, but it's, you know, if you don't like the weather in Nashville, you just blink and it'll be something else. I wrote this song in Nashville. I walk my dog a lot at a park here that's really foresty and beautiful. And I wrote the lyrics to this while I was walking through that park. I was kind of contemplating. I was in a pretty dark period, and but nature has always been very healing to me. And I wrote these words in the park and came home and wrote the song. And I actually released this as a single this past summer. It's called Let It Be.
These bones, these bodies, this breath, this song, the shadows we feel when things go wrong. Rest your head beneath the trees, in the dappled light of memory. Can you see the way the darkness still belongs? Are you free or are you broken? Are you broken when you're free? Do the things that you believe in come to haunt you when you sleep? Are you struggling to forgive yourself for who you used to be? Can you let it be? We think we have so many things to prove. We toil till we tumble down like false forgotten fruit. Will we ever learn to let go of the work that isn't ours to do? And we think we have so many things to prove. Are you free or are you broken? Are you broken when you're free? Do the things that you believe in come to haunt you when you sleep? Are you struggling to forgive yourself for who you used to be? Can you let it be? Changing seasons cool the air, and the starlings take their flight. And the hands of time are tender, they move stars across the sky. Tightening these chains you've made won't let you see the world this way. Can you listen to your pain without giving your life away? you broken when you're free? Do the things that you believe in come to haunt you when you sleep? Are you struggling to forgive yourself for who you used to be? Can you let it be? Can you let it be?
Nick says y'all sound amazing. Thanks so much. Jeff says we've never met. We have now. Good to meet you, Jeff.
That's crazy.
Thanks so much, Nick. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm gonna switch back to a bit of a throwback now. I was on tour as a fiddle player, BGV person, for kind of a B circuit touring band out of Nashville in 2015. And when I was on the road with them, they had a pretty grueling tour schedule. Our longest run was 78 days
insane.
out without coming back, just straight on a bus.
No, like most tours out of Nashville don't. Like, it'd be like 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah,
like,
no, this
73
was
is bonkers.
Yeah, this was a long tour, and
I can't imagine.
so I learned a lot from that experience. But Dick and Pat are watching. Hey, Uncle Dick. Hi, Aunt Pat. That's great. Thanks for being here. It's the main thing that oh, Don. Hey, I'm getting distracted by comments. Sorry. The main thing I learned from being on tour as a side
Thanks,
musician. Oh, thank you, Jeff. I'm never going to get to the point of this story. The main thing I learned from being a side musician was that I really needed to do my own thing. So I got off the road with that particular band. I still play fiddle here and there. And I play fiddle sometimes for myself, but I'm actually recovering from a really bad neck sprain. So no fiddle tonight, unfortunately, but that just means you'll have to get on my mailing list and find out when I'm playing again, if you're not already on it. Anyway,
Send them a fiddle
so
gram.
a fiddlegram. I'll figure out what that is and then I'll send it to you.
It's like where you it's like you sent them like a
I just play fiddle for
like a
candygram.
like a candygram. Yeah,
except
exactly.
with fiddle.
Or what's the one like where you would send like
The Valentine's ones where
Yeah, you,
you
like, send, like,
order. We call them candygrams.
candygrams? I was thinking of, is it an Elf or something where like he like goes and sings?
Is there an elf that goes and sings?
No, in the movie. In the movie.
Oh, in the movie Elf.
I don't think it's that one, but he like gets a job as like a Christmas. No, it is Elf.
Okay, I haven't seen Elf enough apparently. Anyway,
It's when he first goes and sees his dad in the like Empire State Building.
Okay.
And he walks in and his dad's like, "What is this? Like, are you gonna sing? Like, are you Christmas gram?"
Oh, I vaguely remember that now. I need to watch Elf again.
Oh, everyone left.
Anyway, no, they're all staying here. So this is a throwback to the first project I put out as a solo artist, which was an EP in 2016 called "Throw Down My Heart," produced by the great Eli Beard here, who's been playing bass for Rustin Kelly recently. He's a good dude. Yeah. So this one is called "Leave Her Wild."
Her soul is cracked and a bit mismatched like the plates in the kitchen sink. She holds her breath like it's all that's left and slips that diamond ring off of her finger. She wasn't meant to stay forever. She might go left or she might go right, or she might just learn how to fly. She might fall down, but she won't go back, 'cause a love like that is the darkest blackout curtain. You can't see how much she's hurting. A heart like hers was built for breaking chains. She's like the snow in Oklahoma or a rose in Arizona. She's permanent, like a promise that you made at 16. She's a storm on the horizon. You crave her rain, but you fear her lightning. If you're lucky, you can love him for a little while, but then you gotta leave her a while. After she left, he found her new address and sent her roses every day. He should have known better, but he wrote a love letter to go with each bouquet. No words could change her. She threw them all away. A heart like hers was built for breaking chains. She's like the snow in Oklahoma or a rose in Arizona. She's permanent, like a promise that you made at 16. She's a storm on the horizon. You crave her rain, but you fear her lightning. If you're lucky, you can love her for a little while, but then you gotta leave her a while. We all live through busted hearts and broken homes. Someday we learn to let them go. She's like the snow in Oklahoma or a rose in Arizona. She's permanent, like a promise that you made at 16. She's a storm on the horizon. You crave her rain, but you fear her lightning. If you're lucky, you can love her for a little while, but then you gotta leave her a while. You gotta leave her a while.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
If you like that one, you can hear it streaming anywhere you like. What's the guitarist's name? This is Peter Ferguson.
Yeah, Pete Ferguson, yeah. Hi.
He plays for the wonderful Lucy Silvas, as well as David Nail, and
Also wonderful.
also wonderful.
Oh, he's beautiful.
the wonderful
Beautiful
Lucy Silvas, the beautiful David Nail, the
And you?
yes, and me. He plays for me as well, and I'm very grateful that he's here. Now, and generally speaking, he's here too.
Usually here.
Let's see what we got going on.
Everyone wants
Fiddlegrams. Everyone wants a fiddlegram. Paul and Dana are watching from River Falls. Hi, Paul and Dana. Thanks for tuning in.
Hello.
Hello. I think you know Peter Ferguson. We've got a lot of Wisconsinites tuning in, which makes me happy. I usually play the Wisconsin room at Folk Alliance. I should have found I actually have a pin for the Wisconsin room. It's the best room at FAI, says all the Wisconsinites.
They have a whole room for it's like South by Southwest.
Actually, one year in the Wisconsin room, there was some kind of lentil soup, and I was so hungry, and I had some, and I didn't realize it had clove in it, which I'm allergic to clove. It gives me an instant migraine, and so I had this. It wasn't even a big bowl of lentil soup. I ate like a small bowl of this soup, and I just got an instant migraine, and it was one of those. I don't know if anyone out there gets migraines, do you get the visual ones too? Because I get auras with my migraines, and so I ate this lentil soup, and then 5 minutes later I couldn't see, and then 5 minutes after that I was like writhing in pain in a corner. Anyway, someone found some Advil, and then I took some Advil, and I was better in about half an hour.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It wasn't ideal. So if you're allergic to clove, don't eat the lentil soup in the Wisconsin room. But it was very good. So if you're not allergic to clove, eat the lentil soup in the Wisconsin room. Yes, and Dick and Pat. I think I said hi to them already, but if I didn't, I'm so glad you're here. All right, moving right along. This one I also wrote up in New Hampshire. I had the privilege of working for Cory Booker on his presidential campaign in 2019 through the beginning of 2020. I was stationed up on the seacoast of New Hampshire, and I lived about 15 minutes away from the ocean, which was pretty great. I walked out there quite a bit, and I was missing this guy, so I wrote this song.
Okay, ready.
No.
Hang on.
This one I released as a single this past summer as well. So.
I love you at the place where the ocean meets the bay, where the salt turns fresh and all the storms give way, where the calmer tides turn in a moon-directed play. I love you where the ocean meets the bay. I love you at the place where the bay meets the river, where the sun strikes the rocks and turns them into silver, where the ducks go to fish and the fish start to shiver. I love you where the bay meets the river. Every time I hear your voice, it echoes in my dreams. Every time you kiss my mouth, I wish I didn't have to leave. Every time we say goodbye, I think about the times we'll say hello. And please don't go. Love you at the place where the river meets the road, the lonely one we walk and wait, the only one we've ever known. I love you even though it'd be much easier to let you go. And I love you most of all when the road brings us home. Every time I hear your voice, it echoes in my dreams. Every time you kiss my mouth, I wish you didn't have to leave. Every time we say goodbye, I think about the times we'll say hello. And please don't go. Hello. And please don't go. Please don't go.
I realized that when I started singing that I forgot to tell you the name of that song. And the name of that song is Where the Ocean Meets the Bay. It's a really cool area geographically. The Atlantic Ocean meets the bay, and then the bay in Portsmouth, it's Odiorn, turns into the river, which is called something that I had in my brain and then it just went out the other side. I think it's the Piscataqua. I think
Is it Odiorn Bay?
No, it's Odiorn Point. No, I think it is Odiorn Bay.
What's the name of the bay? There's a big bay there.
Yeah.
What is it called? Is it called Big Bay?
No. No, it's not.
Nick likes the guitar part. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, Peter wrote the guitar part for that.
Yeah.
He's produced my last couple of singles, and he's producing this next record as well.
Man, that guitar part is like infuriatingly difficult sometimes. There's just something about it that's like, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I got it that time.
Maybe you should write it, and I could offer it on my Patreon as like a thing, so then people could learn it.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
I don't even know how
Just
I write
rolling some ideas out there. Let's see who we got in the house over here. Hello, Beth. Hello, Kent. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Laurel. Thanks for being here at FAI. I don't know if you all are here or just out in the ether, but what?
I bet they're here.
I bet they're here. Let's do a time check. All right, we're doing great. We've got some more songs for you. This song I wrote actually quite a few years ago, but I could never figure out how to package it in the right way. And so I revised and finally got it to a place where it was ready to record. And so it's going to be on my next record. I wrote the original lyrics when kind of in a bout of insomnia, and I'd been reading a lot of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So this is a la him, a la Longfellow.
So sorry. Guitars.
Our guitars are very sad because the weather has been changing like crazy. So we've got extra tuning for you tonight.
It's funny, like when you're on tour, it's almost like they don't.
It's because you keep them in your case.
But they still like with the airplanes and stuff. I don't know. Maybe they just get adjusted to being like. Maybe they're just so used to being in one place right now that they like any changes too much.
The song is called The Pines.
I heard a bird sing in the pines, song much kinder than these times, wild and sweet a melody to ease a troubled heart. Wild and sweet she sings to me, wild and sweet her melody. The curse we've brought upon ourselves rains down ash and makes life hell. Deep is our need to hear her sing a song to ease the heart. Wild and sweet she sings to me, wild and sweet her melody. Her song will land long after mine, among the hills, the rocks, the pines, and rolling down into the river with the rain. Then the bird is singing still, her song is wise and stronger-willed than any man who's ever tried to write a song to ease the heart. There's no such thing as easy death. We drown our fears and place our bets. And when we go, hope for a road to ease our troubled hearts. Wild and sweet she sings to me, wild and sweet her
lately when we sing that song, I've been thinking about, we have a bluebird box out in
Yeah.
the back that we
birdhouse.
built for my 30th birthday, which was a pandemic birthday, sad face. But we built a birdhouse, which was great. It was super great. And now we have bluebirds who are moving in.
It's really cool.
It's very cool. And yeah, so that song now makes me think of these bluebirds. This next one, a little bit of change of pace. We are putting this on the next record as well. We just recently had a super COVID safe tracking session at the recording engineer's home studio. Kate Haldrup, who is a local Nashville legend. Have a pretty cool crew on it. We've got a wonderful drummer named Megan Karchman. She's a badass. We've got Billy Justino on keys, who's currently playing with Eric Church. He just was with the Brothers Osborne. We've got Chris Sancho on bass, who's out with Ashley McBride right now. And we've got Peter on guitars.
And Bobby now too.
And Bobby Ferguson is on, he's laying down the drums for one of the songs. Bluebirds nesting is a great reminder of spring. It's coming. It is coming. So this one is a character song again. We had Priscilla earlier, now we've got Mary. This song is called Mary's Home. And it's not based on a real person, but in my mind, it's kind of this woman who has been in a string of bad relationships, and she's finally learning to find herself and stand on her own feet and know her own worth. So this is Mary's Home, as soon as we get the guitar to behave. If you're out listening from the FAI side of things, drop me a note, tell me where you're listening from. We are in Nashville, Tennessee.
Ready?
This is Mary's Home.
Mary's home. The door squeaks and then it's closed. She takes off her black wool coat, sits down and sighs. Mary's home. She paces the scratched pine floor. Dinner forgets its warmth, waiting on her, reaching for something stronger. Just a cold one won't do. She's tired in a way that could break a steel track, reaching for something steadfast, something that can hold her as her body becomes a map of her past. And being alone doesn't hurt half as bad when the bed gets to feel twice its size. Deep down she knows she's the one, choosing lovers who don't know how to treat her heart right. Rounding the witching hour, knowing from here that the light can always grow. Mary's home. Mary's home. Painting the kitchen green, she read in a magazine. It's the color of life's stepping stones in the garden that Mary grows, winding back to the most beautiful roses. Some even bloom in the night, reaching for something stronger. Just a cold one won't do. She's tired in a way that could break a steel track, reaching for something steadfast, something that can hold her as her body becomes a map of her past. And being alone doesn't hurt half as bad when the bed gets to feel twice its size. Deep down she knows she's the one, choosing lovers who don't know how to treat her heart right. Rounding the witching hour, knowing from here that the light can always grow. Mary's home. Mary's home.
wrote that one up in a cabin in northwestern Wisconsin, up in Iron River, which is practically at the Canadian border. But I love going up there in the middle of winter when there's nobody else there and it's dead quiet and snowy and icy, and I can just write songs all day. It's great. That was one I wrote up there. We've got a couple more for you here. This next one is also a throwback that we are actually re-recording, and it was a semi-finalist in the International Songwriting Competition a few years ago. This is my snowman mug. It's on its last few days before it goes into storage because it's going to be spring.
Here, at least.
That has nothing to do with this song, though.
When does spring start?
In 23 days from today. I ordered a calendar for us from Farmer's Almanac. So I got the Farmer's Almanac with the calendar, and now I know everything about the moon.
Hey, Jeff's looking to open his venue this fall.
Hey, that's awesome. Jeff, I would love to talk with you. Please get in touch. I think my email is in the, that's a long chunk of text. I guess it's not. My email is, here, actually, I'll just type it in the text box for you. What am I doing? If you want to contact me at briemurphymusic@gmail.com, definitely have tour plans. It's, COVID, why can't I send that? Cannot send it.
You don't get to send
I don't get to send. Oh, there it went. Okay. What's going on here? I'm getting a warning from YouTube.
Oh, supposedly our stream is slow.
Apparently our stream is slow. It doesn't look very slow.
It might be delayed. Man, we look like we're like trying to learn how to use the computer.
Oh, thank you all for the virtual applause. Anyway, Jeff, please get in touch with me. Definitely have tour plans. Would love to know more about your venue. Awesome.
Yeah. Jeff, where are you located?
Yeah, where are you?
Let us know. I want to make.
So this next one is called Throw Down My Heart, and we are re-recording it for this upcoming record. It is on my first EP as well, but I've been looking over the past 5 years and how I've grown in my artistry and musicianship, and this is a song that I just really, really wanted to re-record and give it a home in my present day me.
He's in upstate New York.
Upstate New York, amazing.
Yeah, we love it.
We
there.
love upstate New York. My dad is originally from Syracuse. My grandfather was born in Albany. My grandfather taught at Syracuse for several years, actually.
We had a nice time in Saratoga.
Yeah, we were up in Saratoga
2.5 years ago.
in 2019. Saratoga was super rad. Yeah, upstate New York is cool.
It just goes on and on and on.
It just goes on and on and on.
It's like so much country up there. You just forget.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there.
So great.
So anyway, this song is called Throw Down My Heart, and I wrote it right after I got off the road with that touring band that had the crazy schedule. And I was feeling pretty darn burned out and trying to find a light at the end of the tunnel. So this is about, south of Syracuse, very cool. This is about finding myself as an artist. Oh, and quick anecdote about this song. The main line, the hook in it is, part of the hook in it is, I'll burn down this ship as soon as I get back home. And so if you know the old war stories, in some of the, I think it was the Nordic traditions or Germanic traditions, when they went to war, if it was a sea war, they would take a ship wherever they were going, and then they would burn the ship. So they had no choice but to fight the war. So they could not escape. They could not go home.
I've never understood that line.
Yeah. So
Wow.
you gotta stay. You gotta face whatever is waiting for you and just get through it. Burn down the ship. We're not going home, except we are going home.
Ready?
Yes.
2, 3.
Life is a cigarette. It burns dirty and it burns too fast. Love is a frozen lake. Can't see the bottom till it's too late. And the road is a knife. It brought me to my knees and robbed me blind of all the things I thought I'd find out there in the wide, wide world. It gave me pennies instead of dimes. It gave me blood instead of wine. It was a siren song, it did me wrong, but now I'm coming home. And I'll throw down my heart, I'll throw down my soul, I'll burn down this ship as soon as I get back home. And it might look like ashes, it might feel like shame. You might think that I'm broken, but I'm finding grace. I met a liar and a charmer and a heartbreak and a bruise. I met a lover and a lion and saw something that looked like the truth. On the outside I was late nights and the spotlight and oh, the stage. My soul has never been so tired, fighting fire after fire. Another 1,000 miles of smoke and alibis, but now I'm coming home. And I'll throw down my heart, I'll throw down my soul, I'll burn down this ship as soon as I get back home. And it might look like ashes, it might feel like shame. You might think that I'm broken, but I'm finding grace. And the light can only shine if you leave the darkness behind. Yeah, the light can only shine if we leave the darkness behind. And I'll throw down my heart, I'll throw down my soul, I'll burn down this ship as soon as I get back home. And it might look like ashes, it might feel like shame. You might think that I'm broken, but I'm finding grace. I'll throw down my heart, I'll throw down my soul, I'll burn down this ship as soon as I get back home. And it might look like ashes, it might feel like shame. You might think that I'm broken, but I'm finding grace. You might think that I'm broken, but I'm finding grace.
That is Throw Down My Heart. I've got one more song for you tonight. This is a special one. Shout out to my mother. I'm doing this for her. This song was inspired by the house that she grew up in, that she moved away from for many, many years, lived all over the country with my dad, and they are actually back in the house now. If you're out there Can somebody just pop a little thing in one of the chat boxes and let me know if our stream is still doing okay? Because I'm getting a little warning thing from YouTube, but I think it's okay. So this house is really special. It was, as the chimes go off in the background, it was designed by my mom's mom, who unfortunately passed away from stomach cancer. This arrangement is perfect. Hey, thank you. When my mom was a little girl, and she never got to see her house finished, but my mom's dad built it, and it's very much the house that built me kind of vibe, if you're familiar with that song. But I love the story, and I wanted to write a story about this house, which means a lot to me too. I spent a lot of time in it as a kid. We would go there at least twice a year, spend a lot of summertime in the Tennessee countryside. And okay, great. I'm glad the audio is good. Sorry if the video is a little bit bad, but I'm getting a guitar coming my way. Thank you so much. Oh, I tried to save it. It might be okay. Okay, some pixelation, but audio is great. Thank you, Jeff. This is called Any Less True.
Cracked tiles on the kitchen floor, paint peeling off a bedroom door. Roof needs a little more than a patch or two. Doorbell hasn't sung in years. Water runs a little unclear. Doesn't make the love that's living here any less true. It doesn't make our love less true. Dandelions wild and free just mean more wishes for you and me. Autumn comes and they go to seed in a sky so blue. Every road to a beating heart is a little rough and a little dark. It doesn't make the journey to a lover's arms any less true. It doesn't make our road less true. They say that someday we'll give up the fight, pack up the paintings and call it a night. I couldn't say yet, they might be right, but they can't take the things that we've been through and make them any less true. A ghost can visit any dream. Time can tear at every seam. I don't always know what you need when you get bruised. We're a little scuffed and a little scratched, a little sideways and a little mismatched, but it doesn't make the fire that our hearts catch any less true. It doesn't make our hearts less true. It doesn't make our love less true.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. You want to pop your head in and say goodbye? Thank you to Peter Ferguson for playing with me this evening. Camera has autofocus jitters. Okay, all good feedback. Thank you for letting me know. We've had a really great night. I hope you all have too. And thank you to FAI. Thank you to everyone out there who's watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Jeff, thanks for popping in. We'll talk to you soon. Shout out to the Fergusons. Shout out to the Murphys. It's been a great night, and it's been a great FAI. I hope you all have enjoyed it as well. So have a great evening, and we will see you very soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.